Welcome back to Broncos Beat. Alexis Perry here, joined by three of my all-time favorite people, Cecil, Lammey, James Palmer, and Jeff Legwold. You guys, before we move on to the running back battle between Melvin Gordon and Phillip Lindsay, first, I want to go back to the offensive line, specifically the center position with Lloyd Cushenberry. Is Cushenberry the player to watch this training camp?
Alexis, I'm going to jump in because I know you want to go to me, your favorite person of the three. But yeah, I think when I talk to players and coaches on the offensive side of the ball, specifically coaches, they have been very impressed with Lloyd Cushenberry. But if you look at what's happened so far, what is it? It's been in the classroom. So they've been impressed with his smarts and where it is in terms of picking up this offense. Now we get a chance to see if that translates onto the field. Obviously, with offensive linemen, Cecil, Leggy, we're always standing right next to each other when these guys do their one-on-ones and they start banging with each other a little bit. That's where you want to see if the young kid can hold his own in the middle, because I do think he has two really, really good guards that are going to help him out. Now, the mental side of things at the center spot is always extremely important. He appears to be impressing people that sense, but now let's see if it all translates onto the field.
Well, Leggy will tell you the center's the quarterback of the offensive line, but as James mentions, with those two guards next to him, really smart, really good guards, there's almost three quarterbacks on this offensive line, so that'll really help out Cushenberry. And I know that when we see those drills, Cushenberry's technique is going to be outstanding. His strength, his movement ability, all these things make an exciting starter from day one for the Broncos.
And guys, I think it's important to remember that one of the big reasons, other than his talent, that Joe Burrow went number one in the draft is LSU was running the New Orleans Saints offense. So Lloyd Cushenberry has already done NFL pass protection. They've blocked 5-on-4, 5-on-5 extensively. I mean, he has done things that an NFL player would have done into his second and third year because when LSU made their coaching additions, they wanted essentially Sean Payton's playbook from New Orleans. So he has been in an NFL offense already. And I think what Cecil's saying is what everybody has seen in the building, that he came very prepared to play as a rookie.
All right, so it doesn't seem like there's going to be much competition at the center position, but there will be a very enticing battle at the running back position. There's obviously no live tackling during training camp. So when we're watching this competition between Phillip Lindsay and Flash Gordon, what exactly are we looking for?
Well, I'll jump in. I think it's going to be when they're in team periods, where they're at in pass protection. Are they picking it up, going to the right spots? I think that's a big part of this in terms of gaining snaps. I also think catching the football. We know Melvin Gordon can catch. I know that's been a big focus, speaking with him, of Phillip Lindsay this offseason. He wants to prove to everyone that because of the way the roster was built a year ago, he was kind of thrown out of a guy. Maybe it was made out there that he can't catch. I think showing everyone out there in team periods and other spots that he can catch the football will help him as well. But overall, I think the move of Melvin Gordon shows me, with both of these guys, running the football might happen a little bit more than some people think.
Yeah, James, I think you're right. I think they're going to go a little, roll up their sleeves a little bit on offense, run the ball, lean on the defense, because no matter what any of us or any fans or anybody thinks of Drew Lock, that you should just let him sling it around 45 times a game. The guy did not have an on-field off season, and that's a very difficult thing with a new offense. And, you know, I think they're in a tough spot as far as developmentally, so they're going to have to run the ball. And I know Cecil is a lot better with the numbers than I usually am, but they have not had two running backs reach 160 carries since 2005. So this has not been a team that has split the load 50-50 or close to 50-50 very often in the past. I think you're looking at that kind of arrangement this time around, and the most snaps will be to the guy who plays on the passing downs the most.
Right. That's why it comes down to pass protection, really. James points it out about Phillip Lindsay catching the ball better. We all know he can do that, especially with better pass placement from Drew Lock this season. But go back and watch two backfields. Watch Mike Anderson, Tatum Bell, as Leggy pointed out, and then go back and watch the 2017 Vikings with Latavius Murray and Jerick McKinnon. That's essentially what you're going to see here with this team. And this is a great problem to have. And James brings it up every week, and we agree on this. Drew Lock is not going to fill the air with footballs, okay? 3,500 yards.
Everybody wants him to. It's like,
Yeah, they
you know,
do.
the glory of glory. Look, it's not a Mahomes situation, people.
Right. And you know, I'll quote many a coach, this isn't fantasy football, right? I think it was Nick Saban that said that when he was with the Dolphins. So that's how long ago that is. So this is going to be a situation where they run the ball. That helps out their defense. It also keeps other offenses on the cold. We're talking about efficiency. This offense needs to be more efficient. That is the word of the day. They can still run the ball. They can still play strong defense. But when you get near pay dirt, you have to get touchdowns. You can't score 17 points a game. So most people just assume, well, they're not going to score 17 points a game because they're going to fill the air with footballs. Now, you can run the ball, put yourself in position, and when you get in the red zone, score touchdowns.
Yeah, Cecil, I will just say, Ron Earhart told me in 1992, throw to score, run to win. I still think it's a pretty good formula, even in the modern game. Throw to score, but put yourself in position with what you're saying. Efficiency, you know, use what you have. I'd like to see both those guys in the formation at the same time. I think that would give you an awful lot as an offense against smaller defenses. That's the other thing to remember. Everybody's playing nickel dime now. If you can pound the ball, you're going to win matchups.